Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Been a while since the last review. Sorry, had to move. I got some new stuff and I just wanted to make a quick video. My phone's battery is about to die and that's what I record on, so we're gonna try to make this as quick as possible, okay? So, I had the SVS PC-2000 subwoofer for about a year. Absolutely loved it. This guy over here, this is the SVS SB-3000. The reason I got it is because it has the cell phone app that lets you control the subwoofer, and I thought that was cool as hell. I always wanted that. So I decided to take advantage of SVS's upgrade program, which allows me to buy this subwoofer at full price. And if I like it and want to keep it, I get to send this one back and get full value towards this. So I'll get a refund. I'll be refunded this 100% essentially, and buying this at full price. So it feels like a discount, right? Anyway, I'm going to tell you the specs. I'm going to tell you some pros. I'm going to tell you some cons. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how they compare, and then we'll wrap up the video. So this is the SB3000. It's a 13-inch sealed unit. It's got 800 watts RMS, 2500 watts peak. It is Class D. It's got RCA inputs and outputs. It has the Bluetooth DSP control app. It goes down to 18 hertz plus or minus 3 decibels. The height is 15.6 inches by 15.2 inches wide and 15.7 inches deep, or 17.8 if you use this big old grill here. Now, a lot of people don't like that grill. I love the grill. I think it looks beefy. I think it looks mean. I'll probably rock it on all the time. What else do we have here? So it weighs about 54.5 pounds. This and the piano gloss finish costs $1,100. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how those specs compare to this. This is the PC2000, so it's one model down, right? With the piano gloss top, it's $850. It's a 12-inch unit instead of a 13. It's got 500 watts RMS instead of 800. It has 1100 peak instead of 2500. 850 bucks, 1100 bucks, and it's a pretty big difference in dimensions, right? This is a lot smaller, and that is one of the biggest reasons I got it. The cell phone app and the size. While I love this a ton, I wanted something that was just a little bit smaller, a little bit better looking, and something that just fit into my space a little bit more. I'm a sucker for looks. I like my audio to sound good and look good. And I thought this was beautiful. It wasn't too heavy, it wasn't too expensive, and I got to adjust the bass from the comfort of my couch, which is the coolest thing in the world, honestly. Pros. So the size versus output. This guy's small. It's not very big, and it's got a ton of output. I don't know many subs this size with this much output. I just don't. I've heard a lot also, and this thing is just amazing. Looks, I think it looks great. Price, I think for the price you pay and what you get, excuse me, it's impeccable value. I can't say that for all subwoofers. You have subwoofers that are very, very cheap and sound very, very cheap. You have subwoofers that are very, very expensive and don't really impress that much. Value is really important to me, kind of like the speakers that I use, the Buchardt S400s. I've seen stuff that are like 5 times the price that don't sound as good. Now, I'm not saying these are, worth, like, these are like $10,000 speakers or equivalent to $10,000 speakers. It's just that there's some $10,000 speakers that suck. Anyway, so pros, size versus output, looks, price, Bluetooth app, sound quality, and I like the grill, so I listed it as a pro. Cons, I did put the price as a con, only because $1,100 is a lot of money and some people might not have it. Am I stretching a little bit by listing that as a con? Absolutely. And I'll be honest, it's because there weren't really any cons. The only other thing I listed, and again, this is really a stretch, is low-end extension. Being a sealed unit, all things being equal, it's not going to get as low as a ported unit. Now, that doesn't mean you're getting free low-end extension with a ported unit. They're way bigger. So, you got to give to get, essentially, one way or another. That's it for the no cards. Some of the ways they differ, and just so we're clear, these are both really, really good subwoofers. I really love both of these. And it's hard to almost say that like one is the winner or one is better. They're different, right? Because they're not the same price. They don't do the same things. This one has the control app. It's smaller. This one's bigger. It's got a little more low-end extension. This being a sealed model has a little bit more articulation, a little bit more control. I'll be honest, a lot more articulation and control, which really surprised me because I didn't buy this because it's a sealed model. I didn't buy this because it's more audiophile. I've been using ported subwoofers my whole life and I love them. They've never sounded laggy to me or not articulate. Then again, I do cross them down all the way and I just barely give them a little bit of volume, so maybe I can't tell that they're laggy because I'm not really cranking the power on them. But I was pleasantly surprised by the sound quality on this one. There's just an edge to the beginning of the beat. There's an edge to the end of the beat that wasn't there before. It blends with the speakers a little bit better. It blends in the room a little bit better. It just disappears a little bit more. Overall, I'm really happy with it. I'm keeping it. If you're between a ported and a sealed subwoofer, you know, I don't know how much this helps you. They're wildly different visually, you know. I wouldn't say they're wildly different in sound. Some people might say they are. They are different in sound though, and I think I just went over all the different reasons why. And while this can't get as low or have the authority this has at just those lowest frequencies, everything you gain is totally worth it. And it's not that this doesn't have low end extension, guys. Don't get it twisted here. This thing like really puts out a ton of low end bass. I had to like really listen and set these things up like perfectly to tell if this didn't have the same low end as that. And I think when you look on the SVS website, this goes like 1 hertz lower in the plus or minus 3 decibel thing. So like I said, man, my cell phone battery is dying and that's what I record with. So we don't have a whole lot more time on this one, but as usual, bought it with my cold hard cash. This is just my opinion. I love both of them. I'm keeping this one because it's better looking and I can control the settings from the comfort of the couch. The settings you can control, by the way, you can get a little bit lower on the frequency. You can go down to like 30 hertz on this one. I set it at 40 hertz. You could control the slope. You could do 6 decibels, 12 decibels, 18 decibels, or even 24 decibels. I do 12. You can also control the volume, and there's some PEQ adjustments. I don't use those. Maybe I will in the future. I don't know. Later on down the line, I hope to get a second one and have dual subwoofers. That was the plan with this one though, and I ended up upgrading, so who knows, maybe I'll upgrade to the 4000 series instead, and I'll never have dual subwoofers, who knows, but I definitely want dual subwoofers. I'm gonna list in the comments all the associated equipment, and just final disclaimer here, this is audio, right? And what that means is everything has an impact on everything. My room, the mood I'm in, the associated equipment, the other speakers I use, whether I have carpet or wood floors, whatever. Your experiences really might be wildly different than mine. Take all reviews with a grain of salt. And if you can, hear the product you're trying to purchase. That's one of the reasons I went with SVS. They got the 45-day in-home trial. That lets me try the product in my listening room, right? That's what made me go with this, and that's what made me go with this. It's a great option. Really take advantage of it. It's pretty rare these days to be able to buy something that's the price of these items, hold on to it for 45 days and ship it back. There's other companies that do it, don't get me wrong. But SVS is the one I chose and couldn't be happier with. There'll be more reviews coming. I do have to set up the new listening room a little bit more. I want to put up some of my artwork. Might do some room acoustics. I've really been against that kind of thing in the past. I've always thought it was really ugly, but I might do it because this side opens up and this side has a wall and it's really hard to get it to sound perfect. Otherwise, this is the new room and I'm really happy about it. This is the new subwoofer that's going to be in it and I'm really happy about that. And if you're tuning into the channel, I'm really happy about that too. Thank you. Take care.